previously. Brandon Tritter.
Yeah, unbelievable coach. I think he's done his internship from a youth coach at Santos, a former player who didn't really make it at the top because of injury. But he's bided his time, he's done what he had to do, and today I'm proud to say he's really done extremely well as a professional coach.
And well respected as well by Mamelodi, who affectionately called him Brakkies in the interview with Carol Shabalala, which is a good indication he knows him well. Those closest to Brendan Tritter often refer to him as Brakkies, a name that he's happy to go by. But it's an opportunity then for the top two in the DStv Premiership to soar even higher. Good afternoon and welcome to Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium for the first of the Matchday 13 fixtures, as Mamelodi Sundowns in the blue, yellow with white socks up against visiting Swallows FC, the side who turn out in the white with maroon socks. Before we get into this tie, they have identical records if you don't include goals scored and when the goals were scored. But they've both played 12, they've both won 7, they've both drawn 5 and remain two of the 3 teams that are undefeated in the league this season. So on paper, I suppose, Farouk Khan, we're set to see a cracker here.
Absolutely, and you can look at the formation both have used today. They're not looking to defend, they're looking to attack, looking to play off the front foot, and that's encouraging because we want to see attacking football, we want to see goals, and both of these teams want to be at the top of the log come end of this particular game.
So Gaston Serino looking to work the boots. Tembazwane, who had started the move, ball away on the near side, and after the challenge from Litlabika, it is off Gaston Serino last, so it will be a throw-in to Hlanti, starting left back for Swallows here this afternoon. Back in the starting lineup and starting at left back yet again today is Hlanti. Worked in over the top from the little flick on up towards the very dangerous Roger Hamaldin. Continues to impress with his goal scoring. Zwane out wide, immediately marked by 3 players. Teams will often tell you, coaches will often tell you they have no specific plans for individual players, but you will happily note when players like Hamaldin is on the ball, when players like Zwane are on the ball, Bradley Grobler most notably for the last couple of seasons, when those players are on the ball, they are not coincidentally marked by usually at least 2 players.
Yeah, they are dangerous players, and obviously they are players that you need to keep an eye on, especially if you look at Hamaldin, his scoring rate thus far. He's a player that they will keep a close eye on. However, they will look to mark zonally until the ball gets into that attacking third. That's when you'll see them picking him up tighter.
It's a ball out wide on that far side. This Swallows FC side has some real pace pushing forward. Now an opportunity to use it as well in towards the 18-yard area. Vala just shadowing him, while Hlompo Kekana, who is the positional switch, who's starting where Mvala started last week for Sundowns, or at least in their last fixture against Bloemfontein Celtic. As Mvala's tucked back into the central defender role that was left vacant by the injured Brian Onyango. And I think genuinely concerning for Mamelodi Sundowns is the number of unavailable players for them.
Yeah, especially defensively.
And whipped away by Hlanti from Kermit Erasmus all the way up toward the halfway line, with Hamaldin got a touch on it. Back from injury as well, Mokwena straight into the lineup as Hamaldin has a chance from an acute angle that's well marshalled by Lebusa. And 2 players who first made their names in Cape Town find themselves involved in that last passage of play in the first corner of the match to the visitors.
He's a difficult player to mark because of the way he runs off the shoulder there. We saw him once again using his space. With Mvala in defense, not a very familiar role for him. That's going to be a lot of expectation on Lebusa to ensure that Hamaldin doesn't get on the score sheet.
Yeah, that's going to take some effort to prevent Hamaldin from actually getting on the score sheet, I would suggest. But Tembazwane as well on the opposite side. He shot out into a phenomenal lead, missed a couple of matches for Sundowns, and since then, I suppose, the goals have dried up as Hlompo Kekana cleverly wins a throw-in on the near side, which he leaves for Morena to take following the last touch from Bokoma back in the side today. Second match back after his red card against Cape Town City. It's Dennis Onyango. I tell you, that pink goalkeeper outfit of his has proved to be brilliant. Goalkeepers are possibly the most superstitious of all positions on the field. I'll tell you, that pink goalkeeper outfit for Dennis Onyango has been nothing short of brilliant for him. As Sereno goes on a charging run. Zwane here looking to end his goal drought, and a wonderful and timely block by Ngobo. Jabula Ngobo, he's been much spoken about, and for good reason as well. Just about 5 minutes into this tie, gets his leg in the way, deflects Zwane's effort out for a corner, and Sereno wants to take quickly. Well, after the quick setup, it looked like it was going to be rushed and taken quickly. Suddenly, it's taken short. Zwane receives, gets round one. Hamildine read it nicely and clears for Swallows. Now Morena back to Mabue, sitting in a defensive position from set piece. One of those players who stays back. Sereno, that ball was kept in play. It's Mabue. When he's confident, Mabue can be an incredibly dangerous individual, somebody who helped Mamelodi Sundowns win a very tight title race last season in the bio bubble as he scored a final day hat-trick to help Sundowns to victory. On a day where they got a helping hand from Moroka FC, who helped Kaizer Chiefs to a 1-1 draw. As Fries comes and snatches the ball out of play in a quick distribution. Searching for Hamildine, not able to get there as Libusa, who's clearly been tasked with marking Hamildine. Just to do his job not only adequately, but very efficiently indeed. Yes. Touchdown on the near side. Thabo Matlaba. Ghana picks Atlanti's clearance. Atlanti is, it's just starting to give the ball away a little too much. Coach, you can take us through that more detail in a moment. It's again Erasmus looking to combine with Zwane here. But a quick combination. There's communication between Tetouan goalkeeper Fries. Set up a fine clearance for Swallows, who look to launch the counter here through Basadine. And here is a counter out on the near side. Chance to chase it down. Bokoma. The 18-yard area now goes around the outside of Morena, and again a corner, this time on the opposing end. A wonderful transition ball from the Swallows side, taken from their own goal area, in fact from goalkeeper's boot to the opposite 18-yard, the opposite 6-yard area.
Yeah, you look at him, maybe not making the best of choices there, going on the outside. But it's end-to-end stuff that's well, you know, we can't even hold our breath for a second there, Dwayne. It's just been attack after attack.
Yeah, I think if even our poor directors, I don't think we've even seen. There is Sadine. It's deep into his teammates doing the job. Buena. Losing out the ball, but yeah, this is earlier. This was what led to nearly goal.
Yeah, a little bit careless. You know, we spoke of what a technically gifted, but he tends to give the ball away on a number of occasions. This was the first one, and just thereafter. They're going to be careful. He has to be careful to keep it simple and to ensure that it doesn't give. Because if you have the likes of Sereno or the likes of Zwane, they will punish you.
Well, Switzerland is one of those frustrating players, potentially. Swallows go the attack here. It's a well-timed challenge in the end from Mutubimvala. One of the few players who is almost guaranteed to never pull out of a challenge. So in a 50-50 challenge, was thinking about going for it, and Vala is coming at the ball in the opposite direction. You know that player is not going to be pulling out of the challenge. Meanwhile, just a word here to George Malulega. All about it. Good man. And managing referee.
Yeah, just thinking. The advantage because Swallows had been on the attack at the time and maybe called back the action because it just allowed the attack from Swallows to
Not it away. Again, the player who managed to here's one. Goes back to Lebusa.